Um, Alrighty, let's get started. I actually can't believe that I'm doing this at the moment. It's been a long time. I've always wanted to do this shit, and here we are. Here I am. um, to to those who are listening, thank you very much for tuning in. I'm feeling a little bit weird at the moment because this is my first time ever trying to do like a little podcast, and there's no edits. There's no like you just have to go straight and there's no editing and cutting and it is just like raw material kind of stuff. Um Shit, here we go. I'm actually a little bit nervous and when I'm nervous I tend to just scramble on and on about stuff that don't make sense or that's not related. So give me one sec, let me just have a little sip of my coffee. Ah yeah, that's actually good coffee, man. I'm actually drinking this shit, what's it called? I think it's like ginger and I was gonna say garlic, but it's not. Ginger and black coffee kind of thing. It actually tastes really nice. Um, yeah, it actually tastes really nice, surprisingly. Anyway, where was I? I don't even know where I was at. Um, so yes, welcome. This is the first ever podcast that I am wanting to do. My name is Shaq, and I've decided to call this podcast um, Much Browness because one, I am a brown minority living in Australia, and I've just been back and forth with like the title of the of the podcast name, and I don't know, there's some whack shit out there that I've been like trying to name, and yeah, here we are. I decided to go with Much Browness, and I guess let's just continue with that shit, hey? Alrighty, first of all, like I said earlier, my name is Shaq. I am currently 23 years old. I feel so fucking old, even though it's probably not. Um, I am currently enrolled in uni. It is my final year. I have one semester left, hopefully. There's some things going on at the moment with uni. I don't want to say just yet. But yeah, so currently I am in uni, waiting for my last semester if everything all goes well. I currently work at Hype DC, a one of I guess one of the biggest sneaker store in Australia. Yeah, and I love it because I love sneakers and I get to work with sneakers, which is cool. Although some customers are utterly shit and don't believe that it's real for some reason. I don't know why. Like, all right, cool, go somewhere else. um, and I do a little bit of photography and filming on the side. That's actually what I want to do in the future. So hopefully that all pans out well. And yeah, so that's a little bit of myself. um, so I was born in Singapore, and basically like every year since I was born, I guess like I've just been moving countries every year. Just because of my dad's work, he had to travel a lot. I couldn't, obviously, my family couldn't be with him for the first few years when I was really young. So we couldn't follow him. But as I got older, like we just followed him, and then we stayed in the UK for a little bit. That was probably my favorite place by far. I actually want to go back there again. Yeah, it's been a while. And when I was 12, my family moved here to Australia in Sydney, and we've just been here ever since. So yeah, that's cool. Super blessful, super grateful of that. But now I don't. My family we don't live in Sydney at the moment. We live in a place called Wollongong. Well, no, to be exact, Fig Tree, but we say Wollongong because people know that better. And it is like an hour and 10 minutes, hour 15 minutes away from Sydney, which is not that far. Could be worse. It could be worse. But yeah. Shit. What else? Wow. I just realized that like can't cut through this, so I just have to keep talking and talking and talking. Well, so the reason why I wanted to start podcasting now is that I've always been a massive fan of podcasts. I've been listening to I've listened to different type of podcasts like when I was younger as well, and I've always thought like it's such a cool idea to just listen to it when you're at the gym, when you're in your car, when you're traveling, whatever you're doing, and you just listen to a podcast because it just feels so like I don't know. It's kind of like listening to a video with your eyes closed, if that makes sense. And I don't know. I guess like that whole I don't know. It kind of feels a little bit like a radio thing as well, which is super cool. Um, Actually, a little bit of story. For my first year at uni, I was doing journalism, but the teacher that I was having, it was a first year teaching, and she wasn't that great at it. Maybe just because it's a first year, but yeah, I haven't seen her around actually around campus, but um, yeah, and then after doing a whole year of journalism, I changed, I quit because it was just crazy and everything was just so like I feel like everything was just so religious and a shit ton of rules that you have to follow, and I'm just like, yo, you know what, fuck this shit. Like I want to do shit on my own. I want to create story on my own, even though journalism was fun. But yeah, one of the reasons why I chose journalism is because I wanted to do like a little podcasting kind of like session with people and stuff. But then, one thing I've learned about uni is that whatever you love to do, whatever you want to do, it breaks that shit down. It kind of low key makes you not want to do the shit that you love anymore because it just breaks everything down into like theory base, and it's just fucked. It's completely fucked. And yeah, it's not really cool at all. Hold up, I'm gonna turn some light on to get a little bit of ambience going. Oh, there you go. Now I feel like I'm in like a little studio, which is super cool. Alrighty, so yes, what was I saying before? Man, I tell you, I go on like tangents with this whole thing. Podcasting. Yes, why I wanted to do it now is because yeah, like I said before, I'm a fan of podcasting. Like I still listen to podcasts and stuff, and I guess with this shit that's just going on in the world, or I guess in my life or my family's life, I just wanted to, I guess, relate to other people that like everyone's the same. Everyone goes through the same shit, even though it may not look like we're going through some hard stuff, but everyone does. And I guess I just want to be real with things, and I just want to just showcase like what it is to be, or what it feels like to be human. You you know, to be honest, humanity sucks at the moment. Um, but it is what it is. We're all kind of like the same, kind of the same. But yeah, humanity low key sucks. But my plan for the podcast is that I obviously in the future and stuff like that in the like future episodes I would like to bring a couple of people on board, like my friends, my families, and talk about shit. Just talk about like life shit, talk about life situation and what to do, what not to do. Maybe giving a little bit of advice with how to deal with life stuff. That was a very hard word to say. Life stuff. There you go. And yeah, so this podcast, I'm thinking it will probably be around like the duration, I guess, will be around like 20-30 minutes if I have enough shit to say. But this is the first episode. I'll see how far that I can go with this. I'll see how far I can tangent on about my life or about things. But yes, oh, man, I am a little bit parched. I need to drink something. Hold on. Let me sip my coffee for a sec. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Okay, so I'm sure like some of my friends will be listening to this, and my friends, two of my friends actually, they're one of my best friends. We well, I asked them to like start a little podcast with me, like a group thing, so I don't kind of feel like a little bit awkward or left out, when I record this, or like if people come past my place or anything, they wouldn't see me just talking to, I don't know, on a little microphone, staring at my laptop because I'm recording this on my laptop. Um, yeah, but they have just been busy with life, and me as a person, I feel bad asking people for help with the shit that I want to do because they have their own life to do. You know what I mean? And this is my life, and I just feel kind of like sometimes very bad because like I want their help, and then I don't know. To me, I just feel super super bad because I'm just kind of like distracting them from their life, if that makes sense. So yeah, I did like we did try to plan it, but during last semester for uni, we've just been so busy, and especially with like finals and stuff. And for the most of us, it's our final year, and so we just wanted to concentrate on it. And so we just I don't know, we just like decided not to do it anymore. I don't know, we just never like talked about it anymore. And yeah, it's I don't know, and I just kind of like, to be honest, I like woke up like last week and I was just like, man, I wanted to do this podcast thing since like the beginning of 2019, and we've like we are halfway through the year. How crazy is that shit? How fucked is that shit? Like I can still remember like yesterday being the start of January, and now we're like what, nearly in July, and wow, here we are. Here we are, and I just don't want to be wasting time anymore. I just want to do this shit, even if I have to do it alone. I feel like there's like a thing where I'm just like, oh shit, like Shaq, you actually did this shit. Like you didn't dilly dally, and that word is so funny, dilly dally. You didn't dilly dally, and um, fuck, what is the word that I'm looking for? Just like not wanting shit, what is the word? I forgot what word it's called. What the fuck? I can't think of it right now. Oh my god. But yeah, you just not you want to do things and you just go ahead and do it. You know what I mean? You just don't stay back, lay back, and be like, I should be doing this, or I'm gonna just wait for people. Like with shit that you want to do for yourself, man. Like you just gotta do it. To be honest, and don't wait for other people. No, because you never know. You just gotta do shit for yourself, by yourself sometimes, if that is what is needed. So here I am doing this podcast by myself for the first episode, and I am nervous, but I am happy. I have a kind of like a little big smile, a little big. No, that contradicts itself. I have like a little smile on me right now because I'm just like, yay, like you finally doing it, and yeah, get off your ass and do it, bro. So here I am doing it. um shit, what's been happening in my life? Okay, yes. This is what I wanted to say about the whole uni thing that was happening. Even though it is the first episode, it's supposed to be just very nice and general stuff, but let's just dive in. Let's just go crazy and dive in. So for uni, I am majoring in creative writing, and last semester for my creative writing subject, with assessments and stuff, ever since from like first year, we were always taught to hand in our final assignments physically, not online, not not on like turn it in, like this thing, turn it in at uni is like it shows like the similarities and see whether you plagiarized and shit like that, and you can get in trouble with that shit because plagiarism and shit like that. So yeah, so for creative writing, to me, like with doing art and everything, doing art subjects, everyone is literally a facsimile of everyone's work. I know that for a fact, because of like influences and everything like that. And I guess because physically handing it in would be much better because you don't want to match with like any other works, right? Because you're like, oh, this is my work. Like, yeah, this is my influence, but it's my work. But last semester for my final creative writing, for my final assignment creative writing subject, we had to put it on Turnitin, and we had to do it online. That's online. It's called Turnitin, and I have a 25% similarity, and that is not that good. You're only allowed like 10 to 15, maybe like 21, but I have 25, and like because I wrote a script which I turned into like a poem setting, and it says that like I plagiarized a certain work online, and in my artist statement I wrote my work is influenced by Jordan Peele, with just the way how he characterized people and not put like white people as the main like protagonists, which I really love because we need more of those things um, that that's out there. And so that's my artist statement. And my tutor said that like, hey man, so I saw that there's like 25% similarities, like blah 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 blah. If we could have meeting, and I had that meeting with him, and then it's like your artist statement. You said that your work was influenced by Jordan Peele, and the shit online says that it's similar to Jordan Peele's work. And I'm like, yo, like it's just an influence. It's not that deep. This is just an artist statement. Like the story's not even the same as the one online because I checked it out. I just said that it's the same as like I just said that it's influenced by Jordan Peele. Like it's not that deep, and it's like, oh, what do I make of that? I'm just like, what do you mean? And when I came in, the first thing he said was, I wanted you to come in and say that you plagiarized your work, so it's easier on our end. And I'm just like, I'm not gonna say that because I didn't plagiarize my work. I did this shit all by myself. And he's like, well, I don't know what to say. I'm like, bro, like I don't know what to say. So this whole thing has been going on for like a week, and right now it is going into further investigation. I have some like evidence that I took pictures of and took a video. Oh, pardon me, I just like burped a little bit. um, Took a video of like my sketchbook for what I wrote and sent it to him. So hopefully that shit is all okay. But he did say in the meeting that I may receive a tech fail because of plagiarism. But I didn't plagiarize my work. Like this shit, I did it on myself. Yeah, it is the same as some shit that it was online, that was published online, but it's two different stories. I didn't even know that shit was online, and like I just don't understand it because because that meeting that I had with him, it's very I felt very uncomfortable, and I felt that he didn't believe me. He was just scanning me like a detective, and he just didn't believe me. I felt like he wasn't believing me as well, and I just honestly don't want, and I feel like I should not receive a tech fail because I swear to God, I didn't plagiarize anything. I did this shit on myself. Like it took me 2 weeks before the due date, and so yeah, I just don't know what's gonna happen, and I don't know if I'm able to continue next semester or not. So yeah, that's the whole thing about uni. That is a whole fucking thing about uni that is low key stressful because I'm on my holidays now. I don't want to be thinking about any uni shit, but now I have to think about uni shit because of this shit, which is so annoying. But let, let me tell you one thing, man. Uni teachers, lecturers and stuff. I'm not saying all of them. Most of them are incredibly nice. Like the teachers that I have, most of them they have been insanely nice to me. They've been like, I don't know, they've just been treating me like a normal human being, you know. Um, but this teacher in particular, I feel like, and I've heard a lot from like different students that he is a dick. If he doesn't vibe with you, if he doesn't like you and shit, he will be like a low key dick to you no matter what. And obviously, with what he feels and stuff, it will affect your marking because it's low key just discrimination, I reckon. But ever since like I've had him from day one, because me being me, like yeah, I'm at uni, but I'm being myself. I'm being real with like discussion stuff. I never try to be intellectual. Like, I mean, yeah, you got to be intellectual, but I've never like spoken like a white person. I've never been like, um, oh, like, uh, blah 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 blah. I don't even know what to say. But wait. Before I continue, just so you know that I am not a white guy. I am a brown Asian minority living in Australia. Okay. From that was born in Singapore. But okay, let's move on. But yes, I when discussion time, I don't sound that intellectual just because I feel like I don't need to act. I don't need to lie that just because I'm at uni, I'm supposed to sound intellectual. Like yeah, if I do my work and stuff, that's completely different. But with discussion and stuff in class, I'm just being real, and I'm like, oh, okay, so I don't like this. Just because it made me feel like blah 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 blah, like it made me feel weird, it made me feel uncomfortable, and he just wants us to be like, oh, so this doesn't really resonate with early work of Enid Blyton or like early works of um Truman Capote or blah blah blah, and I'm just like, what the fuck? No hard feelings to Truman Capote. He is one of my favorite writers, so I'm just saying as an example. But yeah, whenever it's my discussion time, it's always just like, all right, moving on, and it probably doesn't sound as bad as it is, but like in my position, it makes me feel like I'm not important in the discussion because he just wavers me out or he just moves along when it's time for me to discuss some stuff. And it just doesn't make me feel too good about myself whenever I have him as a teacher or whenever I'm in his class. Like he just makes other people seem more important than me, and I'm just like, this is not cool, bro. Like you shouldn't have strong feelings towards one student or another. Like you're supposed to treat us equally. Like you're a goddamn teacher for goodness sake at a university. Like this is not primary, high school kind of teaching, bro. Like get your head out of your ass. So yeah, I don't know. It just makes me feel like just because he is a tutor, just because he's a teacher for uni, he just has this like white male privilege that thinks that like he's better than you. Um, shit, I just realized that I'm tendering on about this for like the last 10, nearly 15 minutes. I do apologize for this. I do apologize for this, but it's needed to be said. It's needed to be heard. This is what I feel, and in this podcast, we have no judgment. We just say what we feel, and you know, just go on. Let your frustrations out. This is what I love about podcasting because it just let your frustrations out, and at the end of the day, it might make you feel better because talking always makes you feel better. You know, yes. With that being said, I'm gonna sip on my coffee once again. Yo, this coffee is actually nice, man. Ginger and black coffee. Who would have thought? Who would have thought that would be a thing? I don't know, but it's a thing. I feel like all these weird like ingredients with like teas and coffees and stuff. It's very popular in the Southeast Asia. Like when I went to Bali last, yeah, it was like wow, it was like a year ago. Holy shit! Yeah, nearly a year ago. I went to Bali with my family, and we went to this place called, oh my god, I forgot what the place is called. But it's this like touristy place for like coffee because Bali is like really well known for their. It's called like cat shit coffee. Fuck, I forgot what's it called. Oh my god, I am drawing a blank here. What the fuck? But yeah, it's called like a cat shit coffee thing, and they were selling all their coffees and teas in, and it was like weird. Like yeah, I know cat shit thing is weird, but it's weird. Like they put different kind of like things that you wouldn't put in teas and coffees and mixing it all together, and then you drink it, and you're like, wow. Compared to like the cat shit coffee, this is very weird. It's very tasty, but it's very weird. Yeah, so that was an adventure. Like it took we were there for like I think an hour at the place, like just drinking different teas and coffees, and we actually went ham. We bought a shit ton of stuff that you wouldn't find in like your local supermarket, and yeah, brought it all back home to us in Australia. Don't know how we managed to do that because importing foods and drinks from other countries to Australia is very hard, but we managed to do it somehow. So yeah, that was very cool. um, what else am I supposed to say in this podcast, man? This first episode is just me. It's like shit. I don't know what to say. I honestly don't know what to say anymore. Well, let's see. I have nothing on my notes as well. Nope, nothing. Nothing at all. Ah, okay. Maybe I'll leave at this story. All right. So last shit, what day was it? Last Saturday. Yeah, last Saturday I was out with one of my homies, my family friend actually. I've known him since he was like I think 12 years old, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, now he's like 17. So he's becoming a photographer, and he's like to me, yo, Shaq, is it cool if we do like a little shoot because I need it for my HSC? I'm just like, hey man, I'm always down for this kind of stuff. Always love helping other people create their work. So yes, I'm down. So we were near a train station at a zebra crossing. And it was like I think 11 or like 11:30 p.m. at night. I shouldn't say at night. I've already said anyway. Yeah. So we were there around that time, and we were taking pictures, and obviously we were seeing cars, you know, because we don't want to get hit, and it was at night. So we saw this taxi coming in, and then we like heard a lot of screaming, and I'm just like, whoa, here we go, like drunk idiots in a cab, like yeah, whatever. So we were walking back to like towards the pavement where pedestrians are supposed to be. As we were walking, we were just waiting on the side of the road. This drunk idiot pulled his head out of the cab window, and it's like, he said, "Get off the fucking road, you fucking Asian cunt." And I'm like, whoa. And me as a person, I don't like the C word. I've never liked using the C word. That C word is just so harsh. And I'm like, bro, it's not cool to say the C word. It doesn't make you hard or anything. Like, calm the fuck down, you know? And he said that, and I looked, and me being me, I always kind of like retaliate back because I'm just like, shit, I'm standing up for myself because he started it first. So I'm just like, oh, shut the fuck up, dickhead. How about you get off the cap and suck my dick? Yeah, I know he wasn't gonna do that shit. Like, if he came out, I'd be like, whoa, okay, cool. But he didn't come out. He stayed in the cab. But the fucked up thing was that I knew who it was. That was one of my homies. Like, well, not homie anymore. He used to be. We used to play basketball together. We were close together during like first year of uni. But yeah, I know who that guy was. I know who said it. I'm not gonna name names because like you just shouldn't be blowing stuff out like that. Like you just, bro, just be nice to one another, man. No matter what, no matter who you are, no matter what you are, no matter if you what state of a mind you are, be kind to one another, please. But yeah, I know the guy who said that racial slur to us, and then we're like, all right, cool. Well, I know for a fact now that like if I see him or something, like I'm gonna just be like, hey, bro, so I saw you drunk that night out on that Saturday night. That was very unexpected of what you said. So I'm gonna say that. Yeah, if I see him out, but yeah, it's such a, I don't know, it's such a shitty thing to say. Obviously, if you say something racial, um, but it's more fucked up when it is one of your friends that said it to you and they were drunk, and it's like, cool. So like, how long you've been holding that shit out for? Like holding back. How long you've been holding that shit back for? Yeah. So yeah, now I know, and I'm just like, well, I'm not gonna fuck with you anymore. So haha, cool, man. So yeah, I'm gonna leave it as that. But hey, thank you very much for tuning in into this first episode of Much Browness Podcast, and I am your host, Mr. Shaq. No, not Mister. I'm your host, Shaq. Not to be confused with the big NBA basketball player. If you see me, I'm actually brown and 5'6.5", but I like to say that I'm like 5'7" to other people. So we just go on with that. Yes, height. And yeah. Here was the first episode. Thank you for listening. I really appreciate people tuning in and just like listen or like view the shit that I've done, that I've created. It really like, I don't know, it just makes me smile. And I think that's very important towards everyone, because you should make each other smile, and also be kind to one another. So with that being said, I'm going to log out of this podcast and say goodbye. Tune in next time. When will be the next time? To be honest, I have no idea. Maybe like in 2 weeks' time. I'm trying to do this shit. So, yes. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.